All right. Mic is up. And good evening, everyone listening all around the world. USA, Long Island, Canada, the five boroughs of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka Lonely Nomad, aka The Gregonator, aka YouTuber, aka Rookie Podcaster of Queens, New York. And you already know what it is. This is Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, episode 15. That's right. This is the 15th episode of the show. Welcome, newcomers, new listeners. How about that, man? How about that for an applause? Listen, I had to take a little hiatus for a bit. I hope everybody enjoyed their most recent Labor Day weekend. I know I have. And for the most part, you know, the purpose of me having this break was for me to not only take care of my mental, but also, I needed time to actually sort some things out with, future topics to talk about. And this is the first day that Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast is returning, and it's also the day of two birthdays, actually, which I will get to in a moment, actually. So, anywho, if you are new to the YouTube channel and you are a new listener and you missed any previous episodes whatsoever, don't worry, I got you. All you need to do is go subscribe to the Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast YouTube channel page. Be sure to enable alerts along with the notification bell so you could keep an eye out for upcoming episodes, more video content, previous episodes. Also be sure to leave a like, comment on the episodes, including the topics, and you know the rest. So, in today's episode, in honor of two birthdays, actually, it's two people I'm going to actually review music albums today. But first, um let's go over. I don't have any movies to review, but I do have some TV shows to actually review for today. So don't worry about all that stuff. And also, we're also live and direct on 17 Live, and also live and direct on StreamYard and YouTube, just to let the new listeners and new viewers know. Um, there's been a rebranding of the particular app, which I will talk about in a future episode on my other show, Off the Meat Rat Chains New York podcast. So, without further ado, the first main thing we have to go to is, Music Kool Aid. What is Music Kool Aid, you ask? You probably should know this by now. It's a segment where we go over people's music albums. And of course, music albums. We try to go over singles. I might go over singles and stuff. So the first music artist has to do with the um hip hop group brand Nubian. And I hear that they have a 30th anniversary based on one particular single, which I didn't even know about this. So let's get into this. And I hope everybody's watching on live on 17 live. Um I'm actually doing an experiment to see how many people are going to basically watch, so don't worry about that one right there. So let's get into this. All right. For those of you who may not know who Brand Nubian is, they are a hip hop group from New Rochelle, New York, composed of three MCs, Grand Puba, Sadat X, and Lord Jamar, and formerly two DJs, DJ Alamo and DJ Sincere. Their debut studio album, One for All, 1990, is one of the most popular and acclaimed alternative hip hop albums of the 1990s. Known for socially conscious and political lyrics, inspired by the teachings of the Nation of Gods and Earth. In 2008, About.com placed the group on its list of the 25 greatest rap groups of all time. Wow, how about that? Now we're gonna go over the history. Um, all right, Brand Nubian formed in 1989, and their first single, Brand Nubian, was released in 1989. Signed to Elektra Records by A&R man Dante Ross. Their debut album, One for All, was released in 1990. Generally acclaimed, the album drew fire for militant five percenter. Um, yes, five percenter rhetoric tracks such as Drop the Bomb and Wake Up. The controversy helped selling in excess of 400,000 copies. Okay. A version of the Fab Five Freddy directed video of the single Wake Up, featuring a black man in white face makeup, was banned from MTV. I didn't know that. Wow. That fucking sucks. Anyway, on that channel from official WEA sources, this image was replaced by a Baptist preacher. The singles Slow Down, All for One, and Wake Up all became hits on Billboard's Hot Rap Tracks chart in 1991. Shortly after the group's debut release, Grand Puba quarreled with Sadat X and Lord Jamar, and he left the group along with DJ Alamo to pursue a solo career. Interesting. Following this, Lord Jamar and Sadat X asked DJ Sincere to join the group in 1992. The same year, Puba released his solo debut, Real to Real. At the end of 1992, Brand Nubian released the single Punks Jump Up to Get Down. No, no, excuse me. Punks Jump Up to Get Beat Down. Now, I heard this song many times, of course. I'm pretty sure you guys um know so much about that, so I'm not even going to go into too much of the video. So the track created controversy because of his homophobic content, such as Sadat X's line, "I can freak, fly, flow, fuck up a faggot. I don't understand their ways. I ain't down with gays." Despite this, the single charted on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 77. Later versions, later versions rather, omitted the line and replaced it with different lyrics, including the version on the Greatest Hits compilation, "The Very Best of New." No, "The Very Best of Brand Nubian," rather. Okay. Brand Nubian's next release, Everything is Everything, was released in November 1994. Reviews were mixed and sales mediocre despite the top 40 hot rap tracks. Singles Word is Bond and Hold On. In 1995, Brand Nubian broke up and its members started solo careers in music and television. Wow, that's very interesting to know. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Um, okay, let's keep going here. That same year, Grand Puba released his second solo album in 2000, featuring another Billboard Hot 100 single, I Like It, I Want to Be Where You Are, and Sadat X released his first solo album, Wild Cowboys, in 1996. Brand Nubian's original members reunited in 1997 and contributed A Child Is Born to the Soul in the Whole soundtrack. Never heard of it. In 1997, Keep It Bubbling appeared on the Money Talks soundtrack. In 1988, Brand Nubian released the album Foundation on Arista/BNG Records. It featured contributions from producers such as DJ Premier, Buck Wild, Lost Finesse, and Diamond D. The lead single Don't Let It Go to Your Head became, at number 54, the group's highest charting single on the Hot 100. In 1999, Grand Puba and Sadat X were featured on once again from the first Handsome Boy Modeling School record. In 2000, Brand Nubian once again teamed up with Buck Wild of DITC, releasing the single Rockin' It, after which the members once again pursued their solo projects. Sadat X released a solo EP in 2000, The State of New York versus Derek Murphy. Not sure who they are, but don't worry about that. Um, let's see. Grand Puba released his third solo effort, Understand This, in 2001, which received little attention. Brand Nubian reunited once again in 2004 for their fifth album, Fire in the Hole, released by Gran- Baby Grande Records. Sadat X released another solo album in 2005 titled Experience and Education to mostly positive reviews. Jamal pursued his acting career, appearing on an episode of The Sopranos, as well as episodes of Oz, Third Watch, and Law and Order. Lord Jamal released his first solo album, the 5% album, in June of 2006 on Baby Grande Records. Sadat X's third full-length album, Black October, came out in October 2006. In 2007, the group released an album titled Time's Running Out, containing material recorded 10 years earlier during their sessions for the 1998 Foundation album. And of course, um, we got studio albums, All for One, which, by the way, let me see, One for All to be exact. Yeah, I already did this one already. No, did let's see. Um, let's go to let's go to One for All because one of the singles. Okay, One for All is the debut studio album by American hip hop group, of course, by Brand Nubian, of course, released on December 4th, 1990 by Elektra Records. The album was highly acclaimed for its politically charged and socially conscious content. Sales never matched the wide acclaim. The album has only sold 350,000 copies, blah, 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 of course, as of May 2013, but it has remained in print since its 1990 release. The album is mainly produced by Brand Nubian, but it also features production by Skef and some stimulated dummies. Stimulated dummies. Don't ask me why they got that name. Don't ask me how they got that name, man. And Dave Jam Hall. The Jam's production contains many motifs of hip hop's golden age, including James Brown sampled breakbeats and funky R&B loops. The album is broken down track by track by Brand Nubian in Brian Coleman's book Check the Technique. Hmm. Of course, the song "One for All" was featured in the soundtrack from the video game Grand Theft Auto 4. I did not know that. From the in-game hip hop radio station, the Classics 104.1. And the song Brand Nubian is featured in the soundtrack from the video game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas from the in-game hip hop radio station Playback FM. Okay, commercial performance. One for All charted at number 130 on the U.S. Billboard 200, spending 28 weeks on the chart. It also reached number 34 on the Billboard on Top Black Albums chart, on which it spent 40 weeks. Alex Henderson of all music rights of the album's commercial performance, in quote, in black neighborhoods of New York and Philadelphia, One for All was actually a bigger seller than many of the platinum gangster rap releases, outselling it on a national level. Okay. Um okay. So professional ratings, we go to all music, 5.5 stars. Encyclopedia of Popular Music, 4 stars. Los Angeles Times, 4.5 stars. The Rolling Stone Album Guide, 4 stars. The Source, 5 out of 5. The Village Voice, A minus. One for All was a critical success upon its release. Los Angeles Times writer Steve Hockman called it an impressive debut and commended the power of the lessons delivered with style and creativity, stating, in quote, there's a playful ease to this record, recalling the colorful experiments of De La Soul, and there's as much sexual boasting as Islamic teaching. John Pereles of the New York Times described the album as a peculiar merger of sexual boastings, self promotion, and occasional political perspective. Um, Hang on, guys, as I take a little sip. All right, let's keep going. Jay the Sultan of The Source gave it the publication's maximum 5 mic rating and wrote that it overflows with creativity, originality, and straight up talent. The type of record that captures a whole world of music, rhymes, and vibes with a completely new style. In his consumer guide for The Village Voice, critic Robert Christgau gave One for All an A rating, A minus rating, indicating, in quote, the kind of garden variety good record that is the great luxury of musical micro marketing and overproduction. Anyone open to its aesthetic will enjoy more than half its tracks. He commented that most black supremacist rap sags under the burden of its belief system, just like any other ideological music, but quipped, end quote. This 5% of Daisy Age is warm, good humored, intricately interactive popping rhymes every sixth or eighth syllable, softening the male um chauvinism, and Devil made me do it with soulful grooves and jokes fit for a couch potato. Oh man. It has received retrospective acclaim from publications such as AllMusic, Rolling Stone, and Eagle Trip. AllMusic editor Alex Henderson complimented the group's abstract rapping style and stated, on the whole, Nubian's Nation of Islam rhetoric isn't as overbearing as some of the recordings that other five percenters were delivering at the time. In the new Rolling Stone album guide, um, 2004, music journalist Peter Relic stated they had a sobering lyrical style, equally effective, whether promoting African American consciousness, um, concerto in X minor, or telling hoes to chill. the the Edie Brickle sampling slowed down. Trouser right. Jeff Chang praised the group's marriage of party, groove, and um, polemic, polemico grit, and cited the album as a high point of East Coast hip hop. Now, the accolades. I'm not gonna stay on Brand Nubian for too long because I gotta get to my homie T Howard, aka Mr. TKO. He's gonna be the next person I'm gonna review next. Um, all right. Um, okay. In 1998, the album was selected as one of the Source's 100 best rap albums, and its lead single "Slowdown" was featured on the publication's 100 best hip hop singles of all time list. 1 year later, Rolling Stone placed it on a list of essential recordings of the 90s. It was additionally ranked number two on Eagle Trip's 1999 list of hip hop's 25 greatest albums of by year 1980 to 1998. Okay, so the track listing goes like this. Obviously, All for One is the main one that's been, of course, the music video I've seen a couple times. There's Feel So Good. There's Concerto in X minor, Ragtime to the right, Dance to My Ministry, Drop the Bomb, Wake Up, Step to the Rear, Slow Down, Try to Do Me, Who Can Get Busy Like This Man, Grand Puba, Positive, and LG, Brand Nubian, Wake Up, and Dedication. Okay. So these are the producers, design, mixing, and stuff. Skep Anselm, Carol Bobolt's design, Brand Nubian producer, Gibi Dajani, mixing producer, John Gamble. Oh wow. Mixing producer, Grand Puba, producer, The Hall, mixing producer, Dante Ross, executive producer, mixing producer, Mark Seliger, photography. U.S. Billboard 200, 130 U.S. top R&B slash hip hop albums, Billboard 34. Slow down. U.S. hip hop. No, excuse me. U.S. hot R&B and hip hop songs 63. U.S. hot rap singles 3. Wake Up. U.S. hot R&B slash hip hop songs 92. U.S. hot rap singles 5. All for One U.S. hot rap singles peak position 17. Okay. Now I'm not gonna go over the rest of the albums of Brand Nubian. Probably some other time because it got because we got some other stuff to go over. Um, we're gonna go to okay. All right, we're gonna go to the next music artist that I recently listened to, by the way. Um, and for those of you who may or may not know who T. Howard is, he is the co-host of the All Time Struggle podcast alongside with my homeboy Corey. He does it all alongside with Crazy and the crew. He has an album called The Phoenix Rises. I know it sounds like an X-Men reference, but it's clearly not that though. Um, so for those of you, all right, for those of you, yes, he has two music videos out right now. One of them in particular has to do with Aladdin, and I believe he has another one. I'm not too sure if he has another one out there, but I did get a chance to listen to T Howard's album. And yes, I gotta say, man, when I listen to it, it's like a whole different vibe, man. It was like a whole different vibe, and I actually enjoyed it. And you know, to make it even more interesting, um, I did hear his new track featuring Siobhan. And by the way, happy birthday to Siobhan and Nas. By the way, um, just want to put it out there. If you guys are listening, um, this is G Money starts giving you a happy birthday shout out. So I didn't forget you. So there you go. And like I said, man, like I said, I like the artwork of the album, which I was pretty impressed when I looked at it at first on Spotify and started listening to it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot because I have to do it anyway. And I told him that I was gonna review it, and now here I am right now in episode 15 reviewing his album. Of course, yeah. I wish T Howard, aka Mr. TKO, success in his music career. Keep up the good work, and I hope I can see more, more stuff from him. So, check this out. Um, we got another birthday shout out that I gotta give, which is Nas. Today's his birthday, man. So happy birthday, Siobhan and Nas. And speaking of which, he has an album out right now called King's Disease 2. And let's go over the King's Disease 2 album. And I believe it was number one for like what 7 weeks, as I if I'm not mistaken. Let's go over it. Um okay, so King's Disease 2. Um is the 14th studio album by American rapper Nas. It was released on August 6th, 2021 of this year through Mass Appeal Records and marketed by The Orchard, serving as a sequel to his 2020 album King's Disease. It features guest appearances from Eminem, EPMD, A Boogie with the Hoodie, YG, Lauryn Hill, Charlie Wilson, Blast, and Hit Boy. As with the previous record, it was executive produced by Nas and Hit Boy. Hmm, I like those odds. And his single Rare came out in August 6th of this year. The album received widespread acclaims from critics who praised its storytelling and cohesive production and commented featured verses from Lauryn Hill and Eminem. Now, hold on a second. As I take this sip, let's I'm gonna get to your comments on 17 live at the end of the show. All right. Um. All right. So background. Nas announced the album along with its title, cover art, and release date on July 29th, 2021. He shared the track list on August 3rd, 2021. The first single off the album is Rare, released with a music video directed by Savannah Satin. Critical reception 86 out of 100 by Metacritic. All music 4 stars. Clash 7 out of 10. Acclaim 8 out of 10. The Independent 5 stars. The line of best fit 9 out of 10. NME 5 stars. Pitchfork 6.1 out of 10. Wow. King's Disease 2 was met with widespread critical acclaim at Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 to reviews from professional publications. The album received an average score of 86. Based on 10 reviews, Will Lavin of NME wrote that Nas appears more focused than ever before, complimenting his emotional candor and comfortable, comf- comfortability, to be exact, over contemporary trap production. For the Independent, Annabelle Nugent stated that King's Disease 2 finds Nas where he has always been, comfortable in himself and at ease with confronting his past, noting the chemistry between Nas and Hit Boy's production. Nugent concluded the features lend themselves well to a record that captures nostalgia without divulging into um, um, anachronism or retrograde, a fine line that Nas is well versed to towing. Reviewing the album for All Music, Fred Thomas claimed King's Disease 2 best its predecessor. Hit Boy takes on the production once more, but instead of relying mainly on throwback beats and wistful nostalgia, this installment of the series is darker, moodier, and more direct. Hit Boy's beats are often tense and atmospheric, giving the album a cinematic feel as Nas leans harder into storytelling with his lyricism, which is exactly why I became a Nas fan in the first place. His lyricism, the way he raps is poetic, and I appreciated the album that came out, but I'll give my whole verdict at the end of the show. So stick around for that. Okay, all right. Where we were. Okay, he still spends time examining the past, but it's more of a history lesson than a fond remembrance. In Exclaim, Luke Fox mentioned that King Nas serves up another reminder that he's no pretender to the throne. The wild ambition has just evolved into calculated wisdom. Concluding the review for Line of Best Fit, Chase McMullen noted that Nas has crafted an album designated the only would it could be to escape such criticism and impenetrable, in, impenetrable. Never mind. Never mind. I'm sorry for the butchering, guys, but I'm only human. So Impenetrable one. Here we go. Um, there's not an ounce of fat, not a wasted moment, not a single beat that doesn't suit its purpose to the better. It's a monolithic testament to a rapper tired of being treated as both the victor and the underdog at once. It's undeniably clear just which one he is here. King's Disease 2 is a victory lap that nonetheless never lets up its pace. King's Disease 2 debuted at number 1 to 3 on the US Billboard 200, becoming Nas' highest charting album in 9 years and his 15th top 10 entry on the chart. The album also debuted at number 1 on US Top R&B slash hip hop albums chart and sold 56,000 total album equivalent units within its first week of release. King's Disease 2 first week sales number topped the sales of its predecessor, which sold over 47,000 copies and debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200. It also performed internationally, reaching the top 10 rather in Canada and Switzerland, becoming Nas' highest charting album in the latter region. Ooh. And now, for those of you who may not listen to the album or whatever, here are the track listings. The Pressure, Death Row East, 40 Side, EPMD2, Rare, YKTV, Store Run, Moments, Nobody, No Phony Love, Bunch of Sundays, Count Me In, Composure, My Bible, Nas is Good. All right. So, so notes: The Pressure and Death Row East features additional vocals by Don Toliver. 40 Side features additional vocals by Little Baby. Composure features uncredited vocals by Shaka Singar. EPMD2 is a remix version from the soundtrack Judas and the Black Messiah. Okay, so we got mastering engineer Mike Bozzi, David Kim, mixer, recording engineer, Hit Boy, recording engineer, Mike Strange. Damn, what kind of I'm always running into fucking funny ass names whatsoever. Man. Oh man, let me see. All right. All right. Um okay. Tony Cabana, Alexis Esteves, recording engineers, Julian Miller, recording engineer, vocal editing, Miss Lauren Hill, recording engineer, vocal editing, Evan D. Pietro, recording engineer, Marvin Delgado, assistant engineer, Don Tolliver, background vocals, Garen, background vocals, James um, Flanneroy, background vocals, Charlie Wilson, lead vocals, Blast, lead vocals, and BJ, the Chicago Kid, background vocals. Okay. Great. So, chart performance for King's Disease 2. We got Australian albums. ARIA, peak position 28. Austrian albums, um, 03, Austria 48. Belgian albums, Ultra Tap Flanders Not Flanders from The Simpsons, guys. 27 Belgian albums, ultra top Wallonia. 78 Canadian albums, Billboard 9. Dutch album top 100, 18. German albums 52. Irish albums 52. New Zealand albums 29. Norwegian albums 40. Swiss albums 6. UK albums 20. UK independent albums 6. UK R&B albums 4. US Billboard 200. US top R&B and hip hop albums Billboard 1. All right. Now that I got that out the way, we're going to go to some other stuff. Right? We're gonna go to the TV stuff right here. So the TV stuff goes like this. This is called the Chillax Man Cave Popcorn Lounge. And you guys probably know what it is already. This is a segment where we go over TV shows, old and new, along with the movies. But this time I don't have any movies to review, but I figured I'd do, the TV shows that I picked. So here we go. Now the first one has to do with hang on a minute. Sorry guys. Oh yes. So the first one, Daria. Of course, it was one of the cartoons I actually that my sister used to watch. By the way, so here we go. So Daria is an American adult animated sitcom created by Glenn Eichler and Susie Lewis Lynn. The series ran from March 3rd, 1987 to January 21st, 2002. Damn! That's crazy, man. So, okay. It is a spin-off of Mike Judge's earlier animated series, Beavis and Butthead, which I reviewed last time, in which Daria appeared as a recurring character. Although Judge gave his blessing to release the character to allow her to appear in the spin-off, he had no involvement in the production of Daria herself, as he was busy working on King of the Hill. In June 2019, MTV announced a new Daria animated spin-off series, Jodie, with actress Tracy Ellis Ross voicing the titular character and serving as an executive producer to be exact. The network characterized the series as the first in multiple projected Daria animated spin-offs. In June 2020, Comedy Central announced it had picked up a spin-off series along with Beavis and Butthead. Of course, the series focuses on Daria Morgan-Dolfer, voiced by Tracy Grandstaff, a smart, acerbic, somewhat misanthropic, Diogenean teenage girl who, along with her best friend, aspiring artist Jane Lane, observes the world around her. The show is set in the fictional suburban American town of Lawndale and is a satire of high school life, full of allusions to, not illusions, folks, to the criticisms of popular culture and social classes. As the show's um, eponymous protagonist, Daria appears in most scenes with her immediate family, mother Helen, father Jake, and younger sister Quinn, and or Jane. It is set during Daria's high school years and ends with her graduation and acceptance into college. The principal location used for the show outside of the Mor- Morgan Dorfer home is Lawndale High School, a public education institution filled with colorful and dysfunctional characters. The dynamics among the two lead characters changed during season 4, when Jane began a relationship with Tom Sloan. Though Daria is hesitant to accept Tom at first, fearing she would lose her best friend, she and Tom find themselves becoming closer, culminating in a kiss in the season finale. The emotional and comedic turmoil among Jane, Tom, and Daria was the centerpiece of the TV movie Is It Fall Yet? Oh shit. And the relationship between Tom and Daria fueled several of season five's plot lines. Hold on as I take a sip. All right. Okay, let's see. All right. Um. Okay, where did I leave off? Oh, the plots of Daria largely concern of ju- juxtaposition between the central character's jaded, sardonic cynicism and the values preoccupations of her suburban American hometown of Lawndale. In a 2005 interview series, co-creator Glenn Eich- Eichler described the otherwise unspecified locale as a mid-Atlantic suburb outside somewhere like Baltimore or Washington, D.C. They could have lived in Pennsylvania near the main line, though. For comedic and illustrative purposes, the show's depiction of suburban American life was a deliberately exaggerated one. In the New York Times, the protagonist was described as a band of Dorothy Parker, Fran Lebowitz, and Janine Garofalo, wearing Carrie Donovan's glasses. Daria Morgan Dorfer, 16 and cursed with a functioning brain, has the misfortune to see high school, her family, and her life for exactly what they are, and the temerity to comment on it. Okay. Okay, let's go to the history of the show. Um, Daria Morgan Dorfer, the show's title, character, and protagonist, first appeared on MTV as a recurring character in Mike Judge's Beavis and Butthead. MTV senior vice president and creative director Abby um, Tur- Turkaway explained that when that show became successful, we created Daria's character because we wanted a smart female who could serve as the foil. Damn. Daria's original design was created by Bill Peckman while working for JJ Salame Productions during Beavis and Butthead's first season. During production of Beavis and Butthead's final seasons, MTV representatives wanting to bring in a high female demographic to the channel approached story editor Glenn Eichler, offering a spin-off series for Daria. In 1995, a 5-minute pilot sealed with a kick was created by Eichler and Beavis and Butthead staffer Susie Lewis, although written by Sam Johnson and Chris Marcel. Among four other animated pilots pitched to the channel, Daria performed the strongest in focus groups, especially among middle school age participants, a fact that bothered MTV initially, as they felt their core audience at the time was instead 18 to 24 years old. It is an adult cartoon, folks. Like, it's not for kids. Like, what are you talking about here, man? This is the shit that I hate, man. Anyway, but after the show, staff argued that college students don't really watch much television. MTV approved a series order of 13 episodes. Both Eichler and Lewis were signed onto the series as executive producers. The first episode of Daria aired on March 3rd, 1987, roughly 9 months before Beavis and Butthead ended its original run. Titled Esteemsters. Why? Oh man. The episode established Daria and her family's move from fictional Highland, the setting of Beavis and Butthead, to the new series' equally fictional locale of Lawndale, as well as introducing Daria's parents and younger sister as principal supporting characters. The first episode also introduced Jane Lane, Daria's best friend and confidant. Other than a brief mention of Highland, Daria did not contain any references to Beavis and Butthead. The series ran for 5 seasons with 13 episodes each, as well as 2 TV movies and 2 TV specials. The first movie, Is It Fall Yet?, aired on August 27, 2000, and took place between seasons 4 and 5. MTV planned an abbreviated 6 season, but at Eichler's request, this project was cut down to a second movie, Is It College Yet?, which served as the series finale on January  21st, 2002. Damn. Woo boy. So music and licensing. So Daria's song is "You Are Standing on My Neck," written and performed by Splendora. Don't ask me how the person got this name, man. I didn't even know how this happened, but anyway. The band later created original themes for the 2 Daria TV movies. Turn the Sun Down for Is It Fall Yet? And College Try Gives Me Blisters for Is It College Yet? Along with some background music. Oh wow. The show itself had no original score. Oh man. Though elements from Splendora's theme were used on an occasion, Daria's incidental music was taken from pop music songs. Most of these were contemporary, inserted over exterior shots, and some scenes with rarely any story relevance or awareness from the characters. For example, one episode depicts characters dancing with two Will Smiths getting jiggy with it mere weeks after the song's release, whereas the sequence itself was designed and animated months earlier. Some story points were built around specific songs, such as in Legends of the Mall, where Cindy's when where Cindy Looper's "Girl Just Wanna Have Fun" became a major plot point for a fantasy sequence. The closing credits also featured a licensed song on all but a few occasions, the lyrics or concept of which often reflected some aspect of the preceding episode. All right. Hold on, guys. All right. All right. For the 1998 and 1999 VHS releases of some Daria episodes, incidental music was replaced, and You're Standing on My Neck was only played over the closing credits. However, for the bonus episode included on the DVD releases of the two TV movies, the music was removed almost entirely. Damn! Creative differences, you think? Man, in the DVD release, Daria, the complete series creator Glenn Eichler says in the notes that 99% of the music has been changed because the cost of licensing the many music bytes were used would have made it impossible to release the collection, and for many years did. He compared it to an episode of Twilight Zone. Oh shit! Not the Twilight Zone. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. Um the Twilight Zone where the astronaut comes home and his wife can't figure out what's the difference about him until it dawns on her that instead of a cool song from 1997 playing, it's some tune she never heard. Yeah, it's just like that. Okay, the song "Hearts on Fire" by 38 Special also enjoyed a brief comeback on some late 1990s radio stations because of the popularity of the series, as well as the Amy Grant B-side hit "I Love You" from her popular crossover album Unguarded. Silent Running by Mike and the Mechanics. and, stand, and delivered by Mr. Meister. Oh, wow. Okay, reception. Daria premiered to positive reviews with John J. O'Connor of the New York Times writing in March 1987, and quote, as far as MTV and Beavis and Butthead are concerned, Daria is an indispensable blast of fresh air. Daria continued to receive positive reviews during the course of its run and was one of MTV's highest rated shows, with the network's manager Van Toffler viewing the character as a good spokesperson for MTV, intelligent but subversive. What? Subversive? Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm not sure about this one right there. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know about all of that subversive shit, but anyway, during the programs, all right, during the programs run on MTV, Daria was part of the Cool Crap, the Cool Crap auction. Oh man, giving it. Oh man, giving you. I'm sorry for laughing, folks. Oh man, giving an overview of the goods for auction and talking live to the winner of one prize. Daria and Jane also hosted MTV's Top 10 Animated Videos Countdown, poking fun at MTV's cheap animation. At the end of the series run, she had an interview on the CBS Early Show with Jane Clayson. Daria received a rating share between 1 and 2%, about 1 to 2 million viewers. Um, okay. G. J. Donnelly of TV, of TV Guide to be exact, writing about the series finale on Laminate, lamented, I already miss that monotone. I already miss those boots. Even at its most far fetched, this animated film approaches the teenage experience much more realistically, realistically than shows like Dawson's Creek. Oh damn! Really? On the same occasion, Emily Nussbaum wrote at Slate that, in quote, the show is biting the dust without ever getting the credit it deserved for social satire, witty writing, and most of all, for a truly original main character. She particularly singled out for praise that all the characters were heading to very different paths in life based on their economic prospects, giving the show an ambiguous end. The finale is a bit of a classic, a sharply funny exploration of social class. Most teens films would render well cartoonish. As for the legacy, in 2002, the TV Guide ranked Daria number 41 on its 50 greatest cartoon characters of all time list. In December 2013, the UK newspaper Daily Telegraph included Daria in its list of best friend, no, excuse me, best female cartoon characters rather. In April 2017, in commemoration of the 20th anniversary of the series, co-creator Susie Lewis and character designer Karen Disher, this oh man, were contacted by the Entertainment Weekly magazine to reimagine the lives of the main characters 20 years after the events of the series. Okay, um, during during that interview, Lewis admitted that she would love to bring Daria back to TV. On June 21st, 2018, it was announced that a reboot series titled Daria and Jody was one of the several revival projects in development at MTV Studios, a production studio which intends to sell new series to over the top media services. The title was later changed to Jody. In June 2018, Hulu acquired rights to stream Daria. The show was removed from Hulu at the end of September 2020. In November in November 2020, Daria became available for streaming on CBS All Access. Of course, I'm not gonna get into the merchandise, although I should. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Why not? On October 21st, 1997, Sony released Daria on VHS, and on August 31st, 1999, released Daria this franchise on VHS. The Daria television films Is It Fall Yet and Is It College Yet were the sole two authorized DVD releases until 2010. Each DVD also includes two episodes from the series from seasons 4 and 5, respectively, with licensed music removed. The latter disc uses a second showing MTV version that was shortened by approximately 7 minutes rather than the original cable cast version. The set also includes a short clip of a Daria appearance on Beavis and Butthead, accessed as a hidden Easter egg on the opening menu. Um, by cycling among menu choices until the highlight disappears. Um, these DVD were os- os- ostensibly coded for Region 1 North America, but found by purchasers to be region free. In July 2004, co creator Glenn Eichler said of possible DVD releases, in quote, there's no distributor and no release date, but what there is very strong interest from MTV in putting Daria out, and steady activity toward making that a reality. Okay. By July 2, 2009, a DVD release for the series was planned for 2010. In January 2010, MTV released a teaser trailer on its website for Daria's 2010 release. That May 11th, Daria, the complete animated series, was released on DVD in North America. All 65 episodes and both TV movies were included in the set, although the edited version of Is It College Yet was again used for this release. Extras include the pilot episode, the music video Freaking Friends by Mystique Spiral, Daria Day um, introductions, as well as a top 10 countdown on MTV by Jane and Daria, cast and crew interviews, and a script for an unproduced Mystique Spiral spin-off show. Most of the licensed music used in episodes has been replaced with other music. The set will the set with all special features intact was released on Region 4 PAL DVD on June 1st, 2011. The Region 4 set was found to be encoded region free. hmm So we got some books. Nicole Peggy, the Daria Database, MTV 1998. Bernstein and the Daria Diaries, 1988. Software Daria 6 Sad Life Planner, 1999. Oh shit. Daria Inferno, 2000. Um, GPS in late 2010. Following the DVD release, Daria was licensed as a voice for um, Garmin and TomTom GPS systems. Original put downs and jokes were recorded. All right. MTV Video Music Awards 1997 short animation featuring Daria, September 4th, 1997. Daria called into MTV's Cool Crap auction again. Oh man. Oh man. Daria Day 1988 marathon of Daria episodes on the date of the premiere of the second season, February 16th, 1998, by Daria and Jane. Daria Day 1999 marathon of Daria episodes on February 15th, 1999, for the premiere episode of the third season, hosted by Daria and Jane. Daria and Jane hosted Daria episode marathon titled on Sarcast Sarcastodon 3000 for the premiere episode of the first season. Daria and Jane hosted an episode of MTV's Top 10, commenting on the top 10 animated music videos. Behind the scenes at Daria, hosted by Janine Garofalo, MTV's Tunementary detailed the history and details of MTV's animated shows. This, oh man, the wording shit is so funny to me as I read this. Um, so MTV New Year's Eve 2002 event featured a short appearance by Daria, December 31st, 2001. Look Back in Annoyance was a half-hour retrospective of the series hosted by Daria and Jane that aired in January 2002, prior to the airing of the second telefilm. Daria was interviewed on CBS, The Early Show, on January 21st, 2002. In 2013, College Humor created a parody trailer for a live action Daria movie with Aubrey Plaza. And our last review of today's show is Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Um, Now, before I get to this, let me get a sip and take a look at this time. All right. Okay, so Aqua Teen Hunger Force, also known by various alternative titles, sometimes abbreviated as ATHF or Aqua Teen, is an American adult animated television series created by Dave Willis and Matt um, Matt for Cartoon Network's late night programming block Adult Swim. It is it is about the surreal adventures and antics of three anthropomorphic no anthro, anthropomorphic fast food items. Master Shake, Fry Lock. I'm sorry. Meat. Sorry, folks. I'm sorry for laughing, folks, but these, whenever you read something, of course you're gonna run into some funny names and funny stuff, man. So it's better to have a sense of humor about this, okay? Okay. Who live together as roommates and frequently interact with their human next door neighbor, Carl. Let's see. Let's see. It was created as a spin-off series of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. The show had its first broadcast as a stealth airing in the 19 in the, no, excuse me, the early hours of December 30th, 2000, and later made its official series debut as a member of Adult Swim's initial lineup in September 2001. Every episode was written and directed by Willis um and Matt. Um I can't pronounce the last name, so I'm just gonna skip that part. Who also provided several voices. Seasons 8 through 11 were each given a different alternative title, accompanied by different theme music as a running joke. The series ended on August 30th, 2015, with a total of 139 episodes over the course of 11 seasons. Damn. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, calling movie film for theaters. A film adaptation of the series was released in theaters on April 13th, 2007. The first adaptation of an Adult Swim series into a feature length film. A sequel was confirmed to be in development on the official Adult Swim social media accounts on May 12th, 2021. The series airs in broadcast syndication outside the United States and has been released on various DVD sets and other forms of home media, including video on demand streaming. It was the longest running Adult Swim series until it was surpassed by Robot Chicken. Wow. Who knew? Um, yeah, who knew this? Um, okay. So the premise goes like this. The series centers on the surreal adventures and antics of three anthropomorphic fast food items: Master Shake, a selfish, self-contradictory, pathologically lying real shake; Frylock, an intelligent, usually logical, well-meaning box of French fries; and Meatwad, a shape-shifting, childlike, somewhat simple-minded ball of ground meat. They live together like relatives and rarely get along with their human neighbor, Carl, a middle-aged, balding, boorish, sex-crazed sports fanatic. The protagonists also interact with various villains or other individuals in each episode. These interactions are often restricted to one episode, with minor character rarely reappearing in the following episodes. Some episodes feature the protagonist interacting with celebrities, historical figures, or professional athletes. Wow, who knew? Um, the Mooney Knights are the two aliens from the moon who frequently appear serving as primarily antagonists and wreaking havoc through a series of illegal or destructive actions. Hmm. Okay. I know that. Um. Okay. The Mooney Knights appear more than most characters outside the main cast. Other recurring characters have made several appearances, including um, Oglet Thor and Emery. MC MCP man. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Cybernetic Ghost of Christmas, Past from the Future, and Dr. Wahlberger. Oh man. Um, Episodes often end with um the non canonical deaths or injuries of major characters or destruction to their property, only to be restored without explanation in the following episode. In the show's first 7 seasons, the protagonists lived in a suburban neighborhood in South New Jersey. Out of all places, wow, I did not know that. I did not know that, man. Um, okay. During the 8th season, the location was changed to Seattle, Washington. The Seattle neighborhood appeared identical to the protagonist's neighborhood from the first 7 seasons, but each episode began with the caption Seattle on the bottom of the screen. As of the 9th season, the same neighborhood is in the fictional location of Seattle, New Jersey. First of all, I don't know if there's a Seattle in New Jersey. Seattle and New Jersey are both two different places, though. There's no way that they can combine those two. But anyway, let's see. Of course, already. Well, let's review these. So let's see. Yeah, I already talked about this part already with the film. So let's go to. All right, I didn't know they had merchandise, so let's go to the merchandise, shall we? All right, several pieces of merchandise have been made for the series, including T-shirts, caps, wristbands, patches, and buttons featuring characters in the series. Master Shake and Carl Halloween costumes for adults are also available. There is also a series of collectible action figures and plush toys available along with car decals. Several pieces of custom merchandise were available on the Adult Swim shop before the site quietly shut down in March 2012. Aqua Teen Hunger Force colon movie film for the theaters. Colon the soundtrack to the film was released in stores on April 10th, 2007. On November 3rd, 2009, a Christmas album sung by the characters from the show was released entitled Have Yourself a Meaty, a Meaty Little Christmas. I can't believe this. Oh man, was released in stores. In September 2010, Adult Swim Shop introduced a full-scale functioning hot air balloon in the likeness of Meatwad at the cost of $70,000. Way $70,000? Wow. The purchase includes the pilot 1 hour ride anywhere in the continental United States, and the buyer got to keep it although a pilot's license would be required to actually fly it. The balloon was the most expensive item on Adult Swim shop, surpassing the the Metalocalypse. Wait, the the Metalocalypse. Oh man, um, Death Clock Fountain, Fountain which was released in early 2010 for $40,000. The hot air balloon is no longer available. Oh shit. So home releases. The first 8 seasons have been released and distributed on DVD in volumes by Warner Home Video. Each set was also released in Region 2 and by Madman Entertainment in Region 4. The movie was released on DVD, set titled Aqua Teen Hunger Force, movie film for theaters for DVD, with the season 4 episode deleted scene included as a special feature on the August 17, 2007. The season 5 episode Robots Everywhere was also released as a special feature on the Aqua Teen Hunger Force Zombie Ninja Pro Am video game on November 5th, 2007. Months prior of months prior to official television debuted on January 20th, 2008. Boy. With the exception of season 4 episode deleted scenes, episodes of Aqua Teen Hunger Force are also available on iTunes, the Xbox Live Marketplace, and Amazon Video, with season 5 and up and available in HD on iTunes and the Xbox Live Marketplace, with season 6 up on Amazon Video. The movie is also available in HD and SD on the Xbox Live Marketplace. The season 5 episode Boston has never been released in any form of home media. So, all right. The series has been made available on demand streaming on Hulu Plus as part of a deal made with Hulu and Turner Broadcasting. Every episode from all seasons is available for streaming at Hulu as of May 27, 2020. The series is also available on HBO Max, with the exception of the season 6 episode Shake Like Me. Video games. I didn't even know they made video games for this show. Um, there have been also video games created um, based on the series Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Destructathon, a mobile game based on the series, was published and released by um, Macrospace Games in 2004. In 2005, Oberon Games released Aqua Teen Hunger Force Studio Shakedown for PC. Aqua Teen Hunger Force Zombie Ninja Pro Am, a golf and kart racing fighting game, was developed by Create Studios and published by Midway Games and released for the PlayStation 2 on November 5th, 2007. An online flash game based on the series entitled The Worst Game Ever was released but was eventually taken down. A game entitled Carl's Freaking Strip Poker was also available on Adult Swim Games, but was eventually taken down. And as we go to the reception and legacy, which is the last part of the review, it goes like this. I'll get to your comments by the end of the show, right? In January 2009, IGN listed the series as the 39th best in the top 100 best animated TV shows. The series was nominated for Teen Choice Awards in 2007 and 2008. In 2011, Willis and Matt received Annie Award nominations for writing in the season 8 episode The Creditor. In 2013, IGN placed Aqua Teen Hunger Force 19th on their list of the top 25 animated series for adults. James Rolfe, best known for creating the Angry video game Nerd, has cited the show as an influence on Nerd as well as shaping his sense of humor. YouTuber Jason Gastro, better known as Video Game Donkey. Oh my gosh. Why you call yourself the video game donkey? Oh my goodness. That shit is hilarious. Um has also cited the show as a comedic influence. 2007 Boston bomb scare. The series received national attention in 2007 because of a publicity stunt that became known as the Boston bomb scare. Okay, that's not really humorous, but I digress on that. On January 31st, 2007, as part of a national guerrilla marketing. Oh man. Okay, not the animal gorilla, folks. It's a different spelling. Um, yeah. Guerrilla marketing campaign for the series. Peter Bados, the yeah, Badovsky and Sean Stevens installed Light Bright, like LED displays depicting the Moonanites. I can't believe they named it that. Can't believe they named that shit that. In 11 different cities: Boston, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta, Seattle, Portland, Denver, Austin, San Francisco, and Philadelphia. In Boston, the authorities considered the LEDs suspicious, prompting the closure of major roads and waterways for investigation. Turner Broadcasting System later admitted to placing the LEDs and apologized for the misunderstanding. Badovsky and Stevens faced charges for placing a hoax device and disorderly conduct in spite of the uproar. The two mocked the media and critics in interviews. All criminal charges were dropped in exchange for Badovsky and Stevens apologizing during their court date and accepting a plea bargain that consisted of community service at the Spalding Rehabilitation Center. Turner Broadcasting paid the Boston Police Department $1 million to cover the investigation costs and an additional $1 million for goodwill. This was designed to settle criminal um, and civil claims, while the general manager of Cartoon Network stepped down because of the incident. Of the 11 cities in which the displays were placed on, Boston saw them as a matter of concern. The installations had been up for weeks before the panic. An Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode from season 5, Boston, was produced as the series creators' response to the bomb scare, but Adult Swim pulled it to avoid further controversy. The episode has never aired or been formally released to the public legally in any format, though it was illegally leaked online in 2015. Okay, that was interesting. And you know what? Speaking of interesting, this concludes the end of the episode 15 of Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. Now listen, if you new listeners and new viewers like what you heard, all you need to do is show some love by making a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is G Money Stacks 555. That's $GMoneyStackz. Um, And also, um, if you'd like to know where to follow the show, all you need to do is go follow the show on Instagram, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, alongside with with my other show, Off the Meat Rat Chains New York podcast, which will be returning tomorrow at 6 p.m. And of course, you can follow me on my primary handle on the gram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. And and you know, and if you like to share some ideas or basically, have if you have like a music not only a music artist, but if you have any movies or TV shows you want me to review or anything like that, but don't just randomly give me somebody that I'm not familiar with their music though. You know what I'm saying? You can DM me at gmoneystacks555 in Queens, New York on there. And now, um, the portion of the show is to, tell you where you can stream the episodes on streaming platforms on the go. Hold on for 1 second. Okay. All right. We're going to go over the the streaming platforms on the go for Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. Here we go. So you can follow the podcast along with the streaming platforms, which goes like this. Okay, we are on Anchor, we're on Audible, Amazon Music, we're on Breaker, Deezer, Listen Notes, Podchaser, Podfriend. Be sure to go to the two links, Podchaser and Podfriend, so you can give your thoughts, and if you'd like to and of course give it a 5-star rating, of course, so it helps the show grow more. And let's keep going. So we're on Pocket Cast, we're on Player FM, Podcast Addict, Reason FM, we're on Stitcher, we're on Spotify, we're on TuneIn. And don't forget to listen to Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast on Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, and also YouTube. Be sure to go subscribe to the YouTube channel, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, on the YouTube channel page by enabling alerts, especially tapping the notification bell so you can be reminded of when the show goes in the air via live stream. Be sure to like, share your thoughts and talks about the topics for each episode. Be sure to download your favorite episodes. Be sure to download, every episode, which helps the show make progress. Also, be sure to share the videos along with upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and more video content. And be sure to share the podcast along with audio streaming platforms that was discussed alongside with your friends. Also, before I wrap up, you could also follow me on the phone app 17 Live, which is formerly known as Livid. So I like I said, I will do an episode in regards to the rebranding of it, explaining why it changed from Live to 17 Live. So I'm not gonna do it here. I'm gonna do it for my other show, which will be returning tomorrow in a future episode. So, um, and let me address something actually before I wrap up the show. Now, look, the reason why I don't put a picture of myself on thumbnails or anything like that is because I'm not trying to be famous. Okay, I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to be in a lockdown of production companies and a bunch of yes men telling me what I can and can't do. I'm independent and I'm okay with being independent. I had to learn how to produce episodes by myself. The same way I had to learn how to be a content creator. And and listen, there is no guidebook to doing this. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to stress this the most because I don't want people to get the wrong idea that I'm doing all this you know recording podcast episodes just to be famous. No, it's not. It's for me to gain a skill in something and for me to get the hang of being a host and creating content episodes for you guys out there that's listening, and especially those that's been listening on Anchor. I truly appreciate you, especially in the five boroughs of New York, Long Island, and along with the other states in the USA. I thank you for that. I truly appreciate that. Um, okay, now that I got that whole thumbnail thing out the way, like I always say at the end of the show, if you have a dream of being a podcaster like myself, who is about to who is about to do a third podcast um, coming coming up, and whatever career field you're trying to get into, don't let anybody stop you, man. Because at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself this question. And this question came to me as I was watching the Boogie movie. Are you doing this to please your parents, your friends, or yourself? Because if you're doing this to to please yourself, then you might be right. Because at the end of the day, you're not doing this to seek validation from other people, and you're not doing this to be able to be a role model to everybody, because everybody's not meant to be pleased. You know what I'm saying? And and you're doing this to make yourself happy. And what you can do when you succeed, you eat these online flizzies, aka the hater burgers from the hater mobile, Homer Simpson style, like this. And also be sure to reach out to your loved ones, whether it's your friends, your wife, your wives, your husbands, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, and whatnot. Um, because that person might be fine on the outside, but on the inside they are going through something. And I want to actually stress this because you know I do take initiative in creating the hashtag mental health check-in, because it really shows me, and of course trying to show other people that I'm not an asshole who is one of the guys who don't care for people's well-being, you know what I mean? So You don't have to wait every year of May to reach out to somebody in Mental Health Awareness Month, which I call it Mental Health Check-in, which I made a segment about that, which I will do that on an occasion on my other show, which is going to be reaching its 1 year anniversary. Of course, people will call it Podiversary. So I haven't decided on what I'm gonna do. I'm still contemplating. So so this is more like a wait and see, man. And this concludes the 15th episode. I'd like to say thank you to everyone that's been listening, rocking with me. Of course, even though I took a hiatus, which is also good, so I could regroup with new topics, new music art, new music artists, as far as singers, rappers, old and new, along with movies and TV shows for you guys. Um, so I would like to I would like to say that I appreciate you guys for taking the time to listen to me express myself as the song goes by NWA. Um, also, also, be careful out there alongside with the crazy Delta variants going on. Be sure to protect yourself. Be sure to um, you know, mask up, even wear your gloves, even having hand sanitizer and stuff like that. Um, the only way we will get out of this mess is to end up doing something uncomfortable, which is getting vaccinated. But you know what? At the end of the day, I hear people talk about freedom all the time, and freedom comes with responsibilities. And people talk about having rights and stuff. But the only thing you do not have the right to do is kill people. I just want to stress this right now. You don't have the right to kill people with a dangerous disease like the coronavirus and stuff. You know what I mean? And for the most part, we gotta do better. We gotta do better and not isolate ourselves from friends and stuff because people are fatigued and tired of being stuck in the crib and stuff. We cannot have a second lockdown. And if that happens, we might have for economic tsunami. So, like I said, man, thank you for listening. I'm G Money Stacks. I'm clocking out so I can watch this versus battle. Um, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace and one love, and have a good night.